you guys say and try to tell us, that's what's going to happen, because it's all about interpretation within the court system. Now, I want to talk about the Mabo case, and how come the Mi'kmaq people, we don't look at that case as precedent and look at Aboriginal title, because we don't need no KMK to define who we are as Mi'kmaq people, and our treaty that we have right now, our 1752 treaty, that is so powerful in itself that, you know, we don't need no negotiation, because all we have to do is assert our rights to that treaty. You know, because in that treaty we never seceded no land, there's no secession of our sovereignty, and we just got to assert our rights and claims to our lands. Like in the Mabo case, in Australia, the Aboriginal title superseded all title, and they found, because Canada laws is all based on common laws, and same with Australia, which is all based on common laws, and it's all out of Britain. So all the laws are the same, which are based on British common law. So under common law, because we have title, and Aboriginal title supersedes all title in these lands, and we have title to these lands, which is in fee simple. You know, you must know that. So why do we need a process to assert those rights to that title?
Yeah.
Well, you know, you're correct, we do have title. And we keep saying that over and over again. Yes, we have title, to the land, Aboriginal title, and Mi'kmaq rights title, or whatever. And assertion and what, you know, I think that the assertion of your title is, what do you mean when you say assertion of your title?
What do I mean by assertion of title?
What do you mean? Because I need people to tell us. You know, I don't have all the answers, I'm sorry, so you tell me.
Okay, so it's all based on property, right, and land. That's the whole way of thinking, and the European thought and their framework and their minds all came to property. Now, when we look at our lands, we never considered ownership onto that land, but the lands were ours, and we have our title rights to those lands, as we always did. So what I mean by assertion is that we reclaim our rights to all these lands, all the crown lands, all the national parks, any occupied lands within our territory. We claim assertion over those lands. Just like the Hudson Bay. The Hudson Bay came here, the Hudson Bay Company, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they came here and they took 1/3 of Canada. They had no title to those lands. They just said they had title. And then because they said it long enough, that they asserted that rights to those lands, and then they sold it to Canada. But in actuality, they never even had those rights to those lands. The First Nations people in those areas had those rights. Just like in Nova Scotia, the Mi'kmaq, we have our rights to these lands. So we just need to assert it. We don't need no KMK to assert our rights. We just need to do it. You know, we just need to take our lands back. We don't need no process. It's all right there in a treaty. We just got to use our original treaty.
That's right.
But once you start messing with it, then it's all going to be an interpretation within the court systems. Like, we always went away the wrong way. Like, these recent court cases, we went away because what we were all after was money. And money's the wrong way. Like these land claims, it's all about money. We don't want money. We want our lands. The money will come later. But we just want our rights to those lands. And because if we use precedents of the Mabo case, we can claim that right because we have Aboriginal title.
Yes.
So your view of Aboriginal title is we own all of that and we just take the land back.
We just take it back.
For the land.
So what good is land if it doesn't have anything on it? No resource.
Land's having
resource.
Through my
If you leave it alone, it'll keep having
through
resource.
the work, all my work about land and about Aboriginal title, our view, the Mi'kmaq view or the Aboriginal view or Indian view title and land is the use and occupancy of that land, the use of the resources. We don't actually own it, neither does anybody else ever own it. It's no good. The only thing we need is the resource. What's the good of land without resources? That's why when Canada is extracting resources off of land, oil, gas, whatever it might be, or wood, or whatever it is, once that's taken, the land is not any good to anybody. Nope. So what we're saying is that our treaties, is that we will go side by side and we will share. We will share and grow and live together on this land. There's enough for all of us. But up until now, we had no say in that. But we need to have a say on how that land is managed, because we are managers, we are caretakers, and we have a responsibility for that land and what's on it. And if anything is extracted, then we need a share of that, because it belongs to us too. And that's what those friendship treaties were all about. It wasn't about giving and taking of land. Land survived those treaties. So it's about, it's, you know, the land, what would you, I mean, there's no land in Nova Scotia anyway. All you've got is crown land, a little bit of crown land.
You know, what is crown land? Crown land, if you look at the definition of crown land, it's only land that's in tenure for holding for us. That's what crown land is. Crown no longer really exists in Canada. It's just words. Yeah. They don't even use the crown anymore when they have re-elections and they pass these bills. It's all based on words. So there's no real title to those lands. Crown don't own title. We own title to those lands. And you talk about resources. What are those? What are they? Oil companies? Because they're gonna destroy those lands? No, we want to protect those lands. So we claim them. I bet you guys even got paid to come to this meeting right now.
We're here to protect the land, and to share on how that land is managed, how that land is controlled, because it's ours too.
But then why do we need the KMK process to assert that? We already have that. You're just going to use the 1752 treaty, go to the court system, because you got the reality of it.
You heard it here, folks. KMK says we don't need KMK.
System, so you use their laws against them. We don't need no process to use their laws. We already have it in our treaty that we have right now. But once you start messing with it and trying to create a new treaty, when the courts use that, they're going to use that in their interpretation, and they're not going to recognize our 1752 treaty. They're going to recognize your new treaty. And that's the reality of it.
Modernizing.
You know, and then you have this nice little fancy thing.
One thing we would never enter into is, that's the other thing that we were told, no modern day treaties.
That's what this is. It's a modern day treaty. No matter however you want to call it, a process, negotiation. What is a treaty? A treaty is a negotiation, it's a process. And that's what this is. This is a modern day treaty. And the court system, once it becomes law, and it goes to Parliament, they're going to utilize that. They're scared right now. After the 1992 case, and they seen what happened in Australia, and after our recent wins in the court, they got scared. That's the reality. So they make these fancy-ass jobs. You guys all work for them, get these big old paychecks. You know, I know you get honorariums to come here. You know, so it's all about money. You guys going after land claims. So what are the land claims? Money. We don't want claims of money. We want our land back.
I agree with you. I agree with you. We don't want it either. We've never talked about money.
What about petrol?
We haven't talked about money.
He was mentioning about land claims earlier. What are the land claims?
We never talked about money.
He did.
I never said money.
You never said
I know you didn't say money, but you talked about claims. What are claims? Money. Once you
we don't.
land,
we have it all.
Yeah, we already have it.
I think money is, you've got money up here on your mind, because we certainly don't have it on our mind. That's the last thing that we
Did you come here for free?
Pardon?
Did you come here for free?
I did, so I'd like to step in and do the job I'm doing for free, just for 1 second. The reason I'm jumping in, Mike, I understand that you have a lot of questions, right? But I want to reaffirm that KMK has agreed to do this for all communities, right? This one is being done for member two.
Yes.
So there are people from member two that have
Okay, I'm
questions. So
sorry.
it's important that member two's questions get addressed here as well.
Oh, is this?